Zabin here. It's 3:30 in the morning. What the hell? I'm actually really surprised. 3:30 in the morning. Pretty cool. Anyway, how's everybody doing? For me, it's 3:30 in the morning. I have to hang out with Alex later. I'm gonna have to message her because I feel like if I don't message her, she's just gonna be... She isn't gonna say anything. Something tells me. I don't know. It's very confusing. We've been having a lot of moments where we will say, yeah, let's go ahead, let's hang out, let's do stuff. And then, she's... We'll say things like that, but then it ends up not, like, happening. Either it slips my mind, maybe it slips both our minds, because nobody says anything on the day of. Like, I don't know. But Alex she wants to do my hair, and I have no clue where my old phone's at. At some point, I'm meant to, like, not burn through. I'm gonna, like, look through all my stuff to see if I can find it. But yeah, I don't know, crazy stuff. I do have some update, like a little bit of an update. I feel like this is something that I'm gonna keep bringing up with you guys, just because it's good for me. I feel like maybe I should keep you guys, I was gonna say in check, in it as well. Maybe you guys are interested, maybe you're not. It's completely fine. It's all up to you. You know what I realized? Maybe I like the pets that we have. I could buy one or have one and then just set it down and it may actually just stand there. And if that's the case, I'd put a few in the basement area. Or like let me see the snake really quick. Oh, you can't put it down? That's bootleg. Okay, never mind. I really like that snake. Oh, breathe. So I'm supposed to be hanging out with Alex today. I believe in the last video where I was talking about stuff, ended up talking about an interest of mine, a girl that probably, if things turn out well, this could be, if this relationship works, if we do stuff, which we do have to wait mainly kind of towards we're gonna go to Dragon's Lair and fight there a lot. We would, we're waiting for this more warmer weather, try to do things. I feel like, because at the moment, she's talking about some stuff, like she said her and her sister were planning on doing a Valentine's Day, doing a Valentine's Day, what was it? Like a Valentine's Day party, basically. And, I mean, like, I don't know why I did it that way. I don't know, I guess it's just really interesting. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Ugh, oh, I know it. I feel it coming, guys. I'm gonna have to start sneezing. Perfect. Anywho, like I was saying, she said if they do have the Valentine's Day party, would I be interested? And I guess feeling as much as an introvert that I am, part of me is just like, maybe you shouldn't do it. But first impressions are one of the best that one of the things that you want to be on top of. You want to make sure you meet in person, you're like, hey, how's it going? You don't want to be clingy, like you barely meet and you're like, oh, give me cash. You know what I mean? Is that my cape again? Oh no, that's like the wizard cape. Cloak of Masked Marksman. Isn't that what I have? Or what am I wearing? Oh yeah, I am using the Cloak of the Masked Marksman. I really do hate this game sometimes. So I don't know how I feel. I feel like if I am free that day, because my bro's birthday is going to be the day after, if I am free that day, I'm going to end up having to, like, go to the store. I feel like entitled, I believe is what I want to say. I feel like I'm entitled to a or getting her something for Valentine's Day. So you can tell, it's cold out. We're gonna need a Uber because nobody's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna drive you to this girl that I barely met. I don't know. I think my mind's just. She says I'm adorable when I'm talking for some reason, but I'm just like, I just don't want to mess up. I told her that as well. I was just like, because she was. Huh? Okay. Before she was talking about, or oh, there we go. I remember because she was talking about, kind of opening up to me. And she said she's, in a way, she's like scared to do it because she feels that she would be doing something, or rather, yeah, I guess just kind of like me, because I'm really like watching my own tongue. But she doesn't want to like talk or say something in a certain way. She doesn't want to. She says that she has like when she does her jokes and things, it's like she has an attitude, and obviously nobody wants to be with somebody who's constantly giving attitude. But she's saying it's like all joking purposes, and I'm always, and I feel like to me, honestly, that's something. Aside from having like real moments, but you always want to have stuff like that. I'm used to it because of my bros and my other friends. We always try to like roast each other any way possible. Sometimes it's really dumb stuff. It'd be like, I just like you could like a different, or maybe you're not even in the mood for it. Let's just say like somebody went to get pizza, and then you like, man, only dumb people get pizza. You wanna know why? Because they stupid. Like, you say really dumb things like that. But that's what we do. We always try to like be savage on each other for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I think for some reason I feel like, I don't know if I want to say I started that. But definitely somebody started it. I just know that I'm stuck with it, and because I do it so much, it makes me go, I must have started this. I mean, it ain't my fault to go ahead and say, like, or take the, what would you call it? I don't know if I want to say the blame for it, but, I forgot why I came back here. Oh yeah, building. And I feel like I'm all over the place when I'm talking. I feel like sometimes it only happens because of her, and then part of me is just like, no, you're only saying that just cause. It's really weird. Okay, I'm feeling good now. So, like I said in the previous, again, if you guys haven't watched that, you don't really have to watch it. I don't know if I'm gonna be talking with Alex about it. I feel like, yes, I should talk with her about it. She's a friend. She would, kind of make me. She'll talk to me, say something like "good job," and then I'm gonna get the confidence to go ahead and be like, okay, I'm gonna keep talking and trying and putting, if anything, more than, going beyond the bounds of 100%, which is all your own, being, which mathematically would be impossible, but it's just a phrase after all. I'm gonna take his and then replace. He'll never know I was here. But boy, oh boy, man. Ooh, we can actually use the doors. I'm thinking too much into the game. But yeah, she's saying. Okay, this is the thing. It caught me off guard, and I'm assuming it might catch you guys. Maybe it'll catch you guys off guard. But the reason I was kind of caught off guard was because of kind of the fact let's see if that, no, it has to be lower. Kind of the fact, she told me herself, why she was. What this is before the explanation though. When she said that she's scared to open up, and my first instinct or thought was, oh, maybe she had, I don't know if I want to say like a past, but rather, um, something went down, and what the hell is this thing? But something went down, and like, I feel like the way that she is, she would have. It's gotta be 4 high. Okay. But the way that she is, like, I feel like she'd have more relationships. Like, I feel like if you're, maybe it's just the kind of person that I am. I feel like maybe we might go more for beauty than we do for brain. But I mean, school. Anywho, my first instinct was, since she's this like incredible person, I feel like maybe we get that thought as well, because they're incredible to us. Maybe that, they're not incredible to everybody, but let's see if we can put down the door. But yeah, I was just very like baffled. I was like, you're telling me you haven't been in a relationship? And she speaks of one, or at least told me. I feel like when I say speaks, it's like so weird. But she told me about one that she, you wouldn't consider it a relationship, or at least she said, I mean, there's a lot of times you could do that. I mean, it doesn't matter regardless how old you are. But she told me, she's like, I've had a relationship where, I had a crush. Surprisingly, you get together. I mean, I feel like that's one of the best feelings when you have a crush on somebody and then it just clicks. It's probably one of the best feelings. Ooh, I wonder if that's the same thing she has going on with me. I'm a little curious. I'm gonna ask her if I ever see her. Although, whatever. Anywho. But man, she's very interesting. But she was saying that this relationship with the crush she had, didn't really work out well, because she's someone who, and especially at this time for me, I feel like, yeah, definitely, let's go ahead and, blah, 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 but, for her, it wasn't really, I guess, that case or situation, because she said that the guy really didn't want to do anything. Like, I'm assuming, I don't know what she likes doing. Like, I'm like, if I'm home and there's nothing, I like, video games kind of is like one of those things, but I do like a lot more of this stuff, and she's somebody I, an interest in. I think that's kind of obvious since I say that way too much. I did talk to her about, potentially, probably, perfect, of probably going ahead and, how would I say it? I don't even remember how I was saying it, to be honest, but, oh, excuse me, because I finished making food, it's the reason why I ended up, talking like that. It's kind of weird, but hear me out. I'm laughing. Oh my god. I just finished cooking, and for some reason in my dumb mind, I didn't hear from her. Like, she didn't text me first. I don't know if she's one of those people where it's like, oh, he needs to text first or something. I don't know. But she does have, a lot of other things going for her. So it could be variables, a lot of many reasons. I want her to open up more, to be honest. Or not, maybe not more, but rather just, well, I mean, she eventually will. But, I'm just a cool dude in blue. Literally, I am wearing Captain America shirt, blue. Anywho. feel like I'm going all over the place because there's a lot of things that get brought up. But I'm gonna finish up the whole thing with the boyfriend situation. So, and I told her this, and this is why she said like I'm adorable or something like that. I'm just like, I don't like you saying that. And for some reason, she literally was like, not gonna respond either because she was saying they didn't do anything, or he didn't want to do anything rather. And I'm someone who I would like to do things, and because I finished cooking, and I was just like, you know, get you a man that can cook, which is for a good candidate. I know one. Cough me, cough. And doing the little cough, 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 and then saying me, you know, doing that. I guess through text it really doesn't work, but the way that I type it out, I guess it technically does. I don't know. Anywho, you know, she's saying, I think she assumes. Well, I mean, it's a Latin dish. I feel like you can't be like, oh, it's Mexican. Well, I mean, I feel like when there's a lot of Latin dishes, we tend to go say like, oh, it's Mexican. But you know, there's other parts of the world. More. A lot of people are Latin. There's Latin and Hispanic. They fit pair together because, you know, the whole thing about from what I remember from school was like the difference between Latins and Hispanics are one's from Spain, so that makes them Hispanic, and then if you're not from Spain, then therefore you're not Hispanic. Something like that. Pretty weird, huh? So like, I guess she assumed that it's Mexican, like because I made picadillo, and I feel like I said it weird. And she just went, she's like the first thing, she's like, oh, I don't eat lots of Mexican food, and I'm just like, oh, good for you, I'm Puerto Rican. This is Puerto Rican style. And then she said that she's Puerto Rican, so that like kind of shook my head and baffled me. I was like, doing the whole grandma voice. I think I'm laughing still. But yeah, that was just, I don't know if I would say it was a twist, but it was very interesting to be like, what? We're the same? What is it called? She says, ooh, okay. She said that they have a lot of American food, and honestly, I like American food, like burgers, hot dogs. Those are just my things. But I don't know about you guys, but having too much of something I just can't. You know, my grandma makes the same thing almost every day. She makes the same thing. She makes like rice in a certain way on certain days, and then there's a certain meat that goes along with it on those days. The only time that it seems like we ever get anything different is when we kind of, you know, go ahead and have holidays. It's the only time that it seems like we have anything different. Or if for some reason it's just like, oh, I'm in the mood for it. You know what I mean? Oops. No. Bam. 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 What a day. And it's kind of funny too. I mean, to me it wasn't a big deal. But it was my birthday, and the way that she reacted the next day, like, oh, why didn't you tell me? I was just like, oh, it's fine. Because I really didn't want to do much for my birthday. Honestly, I was just like, I don't even know what I want to do. And I hate when people ask that. It's like, what do you want to do? I'm just like, I don't know. I'm such an introvert. Like, a lot of things are happening. Like, if my bros want to, you know, do something cool, then I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and hang out, bros. I should have made my mom go ahead and go to the arcade with me. And I'm hoping, I don't know how it would work, if I would have to pick her up or what, but I'm hoping once the weather does get warmer, we'll go ahead and be able to go to the arcade. I want to hang out with this girl at this one arcade that my bro once took me to. It was so fun being there, and it was a good time. I was really into the beat 'em up games. You know, there's kind of I feel like a lot of arcades do that. It's a very simple um, concept, and I feel like you can still kind of keep on with those games nowadays if you wanted to. Although I feel like they're more, I guess, obsolete. But you don't you don't really see games like that. And new Mortal Kombat looks amazing. I don't know why I had to whisper that, but um, I want to take her there because it would be fun. You know, we get close and we gotta smash the buttons. I say it really weird, but it's such a fun thing to do, and I'm willing to go ahead and pay for the whole thing. I mean, it's not that bad. It's $20 per person, and you can stay there almost all day. Um, you know, um, myself, honestly, you know, hopefully the mother, because I feel like that's the one you have to please the most. Sometimes is like you gotta please the mom more than anybody else. um, I don't know why it feels really weird right now. But I want to bring her to the arcade. Again, getting really close, playing games, having fun. You know, there's a lot of other places. I'm hoping, hopefully, I mean, once it's warm weather, should be okay, I'm assuming. Okay with, you know, maybe walking a bit, checking out some food places. There's a lot of food places around there. I wonder which one. Okay, I'm getting way too curious in my own mind. Um, and I feel like I kind of, what did I do? I'm gonna go back. I want to see if I can find the message. My facial hair feels so soft. I really love the oil, and it smells really good too. Come on. Here we go. So this is what I was doing, and surprisingly, I got on the first time that I was doing this, I got all of them right but one of them, and it was I was looking up like I remember having like not yeah, I guess technically you could say I was having a flashback. I was having a mind where, like, oh, I remember when like on Facebook friendship. Oh, if you're a friend, like, and then if you don't know, then you're not a real friend or something like that. It's more like if they don't know, either they forgot or you're not the one explaining to them. But for her, you know, I was just taking a guess. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I was asking, like, since it hit me in the head, I was like, you prefer burger or pizza? And then I sent the thing, and I was like, you know what? If I had a guess, and it goes like this. The first question is, do you prefer salty or sweet things? And so, second is tea or Starbucks, aka coffee. Do you prefer pizza or burgers, pie or donuts, and lastly, snow cones or ice cream? I got them all right except for the tea and Starbucks, because it turned out she doesn't like either of them. And it's kind of the same for me. I was like, trick question. I actually like energy drinks. So, I took a guess. I was like, you like sweet items. And I was like, if I had to take a guess with tea or Starbucks, you would go with Starbucks. I probably would. If I had to choose between Starbucks and tea, I'd go with Starbucks because I would want like a frappe or frappuccino. Pizza or burger? A lot of people will go. Tons of people. I'm one of the few people that would rather pick a burger over pizza, but I took a guess of like, yeah, you're more of a pizza person, aren't you? Pie and donut. Did I say donuts? I feel like, yeah, I did say donuts. I feel like, yeah, donuts. I feel like donuts are the ones that, I don't know, maybe more people have access to, I suppose. So I just kind of took my best bet when I was like donuts. And then lastly, ice cream cone. And I got all these right. So basically, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 5 questions, I got 4 of them right. The next one I ended up taking a guess. I ended up getting 3 of them pretty much wrong. So the questions are dog or cat, books or TV, rain or sun, coffee or tea, Dr. Pepper or Coke, kind of an interesting one there, pink or blue, music or sports, vanilla or chocolate, and then lastly, cookies or brownies. Best bet, I'm gonna take a moment and just stop. My best bet was for the first one, since there was a situation, you know, previous where she said she doesn't like either, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna work with this. Cats or dogs? I agreed to both. When it came to books or TV, I put TV, and then I was wrong about it. She actually prefers reading and TV, so she prefers books and TV. Rain or sun? I went with rain, and I was correct, and she ended up explaining about that a bit more in a moment. Coffee or tea? That we went through that earlier, so I was like neither. Then it came to soda between Dr. Pepper or Coke, and I was really, you know, I really didn't know where to go with it. So I was just like, oh, my best bet would be Dr. Pepper. It's different from Coke. I feel like you would have Coke too much that you don't want it anymore, but apparently she prefers Coke over Dr. Pepper. So that's already two wrong. And then there's the last one that I got wrong, and here we go. So pink or blue? I said blue. Got it right. Music or sports? I believe I put both. Did I? Oh, no, yeah, I did. I put music and sports. Put both. Then when it came to chocolate or vanilla, I assumed chocolate. I'm like, I think chocolate might be her thing. Turned out she preferred vanilla. So, and of course, cookies or brownies, both. So you have the whole cookie brownie mix thing. Usually I have those as a, was it the protein bars? Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. But, she was pretty close, if anything. Which one does she get wrong? I think it was the same, I think it was just 3 of them. Cats or dog? Yeah. Is it really just 2? Oh, no, 3. I missed that one. So it was the ones that she assumed. She assumed I was a dog person. I only like TV. I prefer the sun over the rain. I like coffee, Dr. Pepper, blue, music, chocolate, and both cookies and brownies. And the one that she got wrong was TV, because I do enjoy and love reading comics. You know, if it's a good one. Rain or sun, I prefer both. I like when it rains, you know, I like to chill. I like watching the rain. I'm one of those people who rather relax when the rain's kind of doing its thing. And this is the thing that, for some reason, it made me happy. I'm not really sure why that is. I think maybe it's just because it's something crazy and different. And I remember, this is actually something one of my exes have actually advised me. It's very, I don't know, random. But I said, you know, she was just like, I really like the rain. And what she says she does is she will take off her shoes and she'll run outside, and she doesn't care if the neighbors are watching, but she will literally just run around. I don't know how, but she'll run around when the rain's happening, and I'm just like, and she advised me to do that because apparently it's something she feels. Her statement was that she feels, I don't know, maybe more alive, or better breathing. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. She says she feels so free when she does it. And I already know. Like, I told her as soon as I heard that, when she's like, "Oh, I like running in the rain. I feel so good and happy about it." I was just like, I already know. I'm gonna be the one that's hiding in a dry spot, recording her and being like, "Man, I feel so lucky." But yeah, so that was the whole rain sun situation. For some reason, that made me happy. I'm not sure why. And then, of course, coffee or tea. These are both things that are supposed to naturally give you caffeine into your body. And that was a trick question. I like neither coffee or tea. I really don't like hot drinks. I should say that. Like, maybe at most I'd drink. Let's do one more pump, and I think that should be all. Like, you know how soup is, you know, flavored water liquid, and then everything else. Ooh, we should probably put like a fence here. That'd be a good idea. But that's basically like what soup is. It's like noodle in a flavor of water. Like, I'll maybe do that, you know. But I mean, I feel like with soup you kind of have to, but aside from that, I don't know. Just simply talking with her, I feel like I might be going a bit over my head about this. Um, like I feel lucky. I don't know. It's just me. But it still brings up the whole thing with my bro. I feel like I can't feel lucky. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm allowing my bro's situation to, you know, kind of take me down. Um, more, but rather, oops, but rather, let's get rid of some of these. But rather, like, it kind of makes me feel bad in a way. Just because, like, he didn't get his score. I feel like that's a weird way of phrasing it, but he didn't get the relationship that he wanted. So to me, it feels like kind of bootleg to, you know, feel like this lucky and then have it be a situation. I don't know if I want to say rather be a situation on him, but you know, still have it be a thing that he might look on and be like, oh, you got lucky, or oh, you know, we're two different people. It's not the same. Like, yeah, clearly, yeah, I know we aren't the same, but he, as a person, can definitely do good for himself, and I think if he just goes ahead and continues doing what he does best, which is being himself, um, he will eventually, you know, be able to go ahead and do what he wants and get the person of his dreams. He just needs to give it more time. But me, it was just a very lucky situation. I honestly, I do love the idea, like, man, like, this person just came to me. Like, I didn't even, you know, do anything. Like, I was just minding my own business and that happened. So, I'm just hoping that, I don't know, if you're a female and you're watching this, can you please, you know, help my bro out? This guy needs to, you know, he needs to be happy. That's for sure. This looks like a really nice block. He needs to be much more happier than what he is. And, I don't know. It just, I guess it just, you know, you feel it. Ugh, it hurts the guts. Okay, maybe it's not this tab. But, you know, it just, yeah, I guess it just hurts. You know, kind of seeing him down in the slumps or on his own luck. I don't know, poor guy, man. I think we have enough for it. Yeah. And go here, perfect. Again. I can make one. That's fine. I don't know. I just wish it was better for him. I suppose. I mean, I don't know if I don't know. I feel entitled as a bro to be like, hey man, you know, things can get better. You just got to give yourself time. Not just yourself, but sometimes even the people that you want to be with, you need to give it time. Where's the door? We should line this up with the door. Okay, so the door is here. Okay. That feels about center. Oh, it has to be the blue one. Though you could put any in there and be different. Only one thing to do. Okay, I feel good. Okay, I'm feeling good. Oh, you know what? I just had the idea. What if, right? Because, you know, our kid. I bring her along. I don't know how she would be able. I don't know if she would want. I'd ask, and I'll be like, I'll find a way there. Take an Uber. I mean, I could take an Uber there and then take another one after, but, you know, I mean, if she could get a ride, then it'd be a different situation. Which reminds me, I kind of want to do that. I think what I'm going to end up doing is transferring money into a different card, and then using that. But anywho, what game was it? I mean, aside from the Alien vs Predator one, I think, yeah, you know what? Since she's a very competitive person, I think I'd end up doing some fighting games. Like, I remember when I was playing with my bros, I was like the winner almost constantly when it came down to what's it called? We were playing one of the Tekken games. I forgot, one of the arcade Tekken games. I forgot which one it is, where you have that tree character and then you can play as a bear. Like, it's the one character that basically is random, where he shuffles between characters. I don't know who it is. But I was playing as that character, and I kept winning every fight, and then they were just like, nah, I give up. And then it's funny because my bro, Joey, was constantly trying to win at, Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, he kept picking a bunch of Marvel characters because he likes Marvel characters. And, you know, I do that too with the, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I do like to pick a lot of the Marvel characters, although I will pick, a few of the Capcom characters here and there. And, you know, it's just a fun thing. I don't know what else to say other than it was a fun time. And then, again, with her, I think my best bet would be those Capcom vs. Marvel games. Maybe other games where you have to maybe work together. I feel like it'd be great. And, you know, again, with the whole situation, like if there was, you know, we're hungry, food, what are we gonna eat? We'll go ahead and end up, you know, maybe going to one of the places nearby. When I remember passing by, there was like a place for tacos, and what caught my eye, and I feel like this always happens, is the small little fast food spots. For some reason, those always catch my eye. And there was one that we passed up, and I was just like, you know, and I think it had like pizza too. I think it was like a little tiny pizza shop. I was just like, you know, this doesn't seem so bad. We didn't go. As well, I think for one, it might have, I don't know if they were closed. I think they were open still, but, you know, with the weather, it didn't seem like it really didn't seem like anybody was there. But my bro, Joey's always got like his Wendy's. Freaking makes us walk in the cold weather, all the way to a Wendy's that was like who knows how many blocks away. And we were just like, man, what the heck? And it was such a long walk, and we were just like, this is annoying. But you know, we went there, we ate, we joked, and then we told him like, nah, I ain't gonna walk back. And then, you know, the sun goes down earlier in the winter season, so the sun was gone. It was already dark out, and we're like, let's just get an Uber. And sure enough, we ordered an Uber. We all rode as a pair. And then we went straight back to the arcade and played some more games. Had a fun time. And then, of course, I got hungry again. I'm just like, man. I feel like, well, I don't know if I want to say it ended bad, but crafting mining damage files using maggots, temporary special drops. Okay. It just seemed like everybody was dying out. Like, I know my bro seemed like he was kind of dying out a bit just because of, oh, I just realized this isn't gonna work. His feelings for games and things like that kind of died out because he focused a lot on being competitive in, fighting games. But there were so many games. I feel like you would go, play a game, then move to the one on your left, play a game, or vice versa, play a game and move to the one on your right, depending how you're going up and down the aisles. Is it weird that I'm explaining my plans? But yeah, I don't know if I want to ask her. I mean, um, I don't know. I'm gonna make it work somehow. I don't know how. I think I might take like a bus or something, and then there we go. Take like a bus or something, and then just kind of go ahead and maybe walk whatever the rest, I suppose. Basically, I'd be going to this one place that my bros and I would almost always go to, and then I suppose that'd just be it. Of course, I could just take a regular Uber, like one of those Uber pools. Do it that way. Yeah, I think I might just do that. Anywho, I think I might do that. I'm like, oh hey, I'm outside. If I have to pay for it again, which is I don't personally I don't want this to be like, oh, it's a double date. But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, if I'd say if that made her more comfortable, allow it to happen. But I already know if because from what I can explain with this girl is if she has this competitive nature. If she would love to go to the arcade and play with me, I'm gonna try to be competitive in games that she either hasn't played before, or I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the arcade. Most of these games she probably has never played before. I mean, heck, she never played Smash Brothers or any of the Smash Brother games, and that's one of the most biggest franchises right now, or game series, right now in terms of, like, I don't know, I guess just fighting games and things like that. Like, it's just one of the biggest, and it was very shocking to be like, you've never played one? You never played it on the N64, the GameCube, the Wii, the DS, and now the Switch? Like, you've never played one. Oh, and the Wii U. It's just like shocking, Oh, I'm digging instead of attacking. It's just very shocking. I was just like, wow. And I told her, I was like, if she ever comes over, I feel like that would be good as well. I mean, maybe it's a little weird to have a date just be like at somebody's house, but I mean, I feel like that is something, that works very well. You say, I have a date. She's coming over, and we're gonna do this. That's very fine. I feel like that's what I wanted to do, and she seems to love the idea of having like a cooking date style thing, where basically because again earlier I cooked, and she was cool with the idea of just like, yeah, that'd be a cool date, like cooking together and whatnot. I mean, that'd be really good, I mean, usually if you have a date at the house, when you do it, you cook dinner, or lunch, whatever, I guess, depending, but dinner is kind of like the best, normally you're like cooking a dinner or something, and then you're just like, alright, we kind of, alright, I leveled up. I don't need new hearts. Wait, read. Polished crystal, you've never seen anything like this crystal before. Is it natural or man-made? What? Well, I got a sun diamond. All those are scattered, but it was really random. Alright. Okay, let's do this guy's thing. What does he want? Oh, that was pretty easy. That wasn't so bad. Oh, okay. Just learning about some of this stuff. But anywho, what are good games? Does anybody know any good games that would be at the arcade by any chance? I mean, of course, there's some that are like gun games, things like that. I mean, I suppose those would be good as well, but I don't know. I think that's a good one. Just going to the arcade and stuff. The whole thing about the cooking she liked because apparently she doesn't know how to cook, and she took a cooking class during school, and I've always wanted to take culinary arts. and I didn't do it because I ended up, there's so much stuff that I like. I enjoy cooking very well, or very much. I think that's probably how I'm supposed to be talking proper English, but now, are these bones or are these specific bones, not regular bones? I do enjoy cooking very much, and, the whole cleaning process is usually like, ugh, this is such a bummer, But, man, it sounded really good when she said it. She said, one time, I guess, during school, they ended up making well, I feel like that's such a bummer though, but apparently during the school, this program, hours, whatever you call it, they made a lot of the desserts, and I was just like, desserts are a good thing to make, like, especially if you're making it from scratch, like, that's really cool and stuff, but using only, like, culinary arts should be more not just focus on desserts, even though those are great. I feel like that should be something that's once in a while, not the other way around where you're making mostly that, because that's what she said, that they were mostly making different kinds of desserts, and then they were doing, what's it called, like, regular food. Like, she said one time, and this is the one that I'm still kind of savory over with, I need to look at a picture of it. She said she made a brown sugar chicken. I want to see if I can find that. Ooh, no, not videos, images. So here we have different pictures, and these look really amazing. If anybody doesn't know, brown sugar is actually a really nice. It's not too sweet, but it's a sweet, somewhat tangy, I suppose. Seasoning that people add to food. And it's really good. You can add regular sugar, of course, to things. Ooh, it's actually a really cool looking cape. You can add, you could add regular sugar to things. Wow, 24 really. Can I at least wear it as a vanity? Nah, nice. Oh, excuse me. It's so, like, interesting. I don't know, it's just interesting to me that, like, I don't know how to explain it in words. This is, and I told you this too before, I was using, like, a meme to explain. It was like that one SpongeBob meme where it shows a circle, or not a circle, a triangle, and then there's the square, and then he starts drawing lines all over the place. And then the caption for the meme was like, oh, you're explaining, when you don't know how to explain your feelings or something like that. And that was pretty much me. I was just like, there texting and all this other stuff. And apparently I flatter her? Like, I don't know. Basically what I was telling her, I was like, you flatter me too much. Because I hate this about myself so much, is if, like what she was doing basically is if you were calling me things like cute and adorable, I end up like, I don't know, just soft, I suppose. Like, I just get all blushing and stuff, and I hate it so much because, I mean, it's nice to hear compliments, but, which I rarely ever hear. I don't know, just for some reason when she compliments me, or I feel like it happens a lot, it's not just her, hearing compliments, I start like, like, blushing and stuff. I'm just like, oh, come on, like, I get really cheesy, there you go, that's the word. And then my issue is, I don't know how to talk. Like, I can talk, I know how to say my words and things like that, but because I don't, like, just for some reason, I'm, like, at a loss of words. Even right now, I'm just kind of talking about it. But when she says it, and a lot of other people say it too, almost always I become, like, loss of words. Like, I just don't know what to say. And I'm just like, can you please say something else? And she was saying that, and she was like, oh, I don't know what to say either. And I'm just like, I told her, because I was like, you flatter me too much. And she's like, you flatter me a lot. And I was like, like, what? What did I do? I mean, I mean, you could take it as flattery. I mean, if you feel, so, if you feel good about it, I ain't gonna pin that against you. Let's see if we can kind of, partner this up a bit. Okay, I guess not. I hear a thunder, oh, did I hear you breathe? I added the or, but I don't think those things are supposed to be flying. Okay. Guess that they are. Wait, what? For a wardrobe? Why would I want one of those? Like, it's not an attire, it's literally just a closet, basically. Oh man. It's weird, I noticed and realized. I proved myself. My video has just been me talking about better. Thinking right now, I was like, I just exposed myself, huh? And, I don't know, I guess it feels good. I mean, it definitely feels good when I'm talking with her and things like that, like, that's for sure. I suppose with how things are, I shouldn't be letting something like that, I don't know, distract me. I already know, if I was still working at my job, I really hated that job. The fast food is not the best. I mean, it's a start, but it's not the best. Anyway, this place have teleporter. It has one portal somewhere that I don't know about. We're gonna go ahead and dig for it. But it's kind of weird. I think literally me just not out, being in a relationship for who knows how long has me like, it is kind of nice looking. I don't know, I feel like that's just my reason, like, oh, I haven't been in a relationship in a while, so this is why she's kind of always stuck in my head. But she does seem like everything that I would want in a person. She seems like she's very, like a very, nice person, caring, and kind of like one of those, okay, then we start digging downward. Like when they say, tough love or something like that. I feel like that's something, I'd get behind. Like, it's her, so it's gonna work. Oh, just in case. There we go. So if we fall down, we at least, got a way to teleport back. But, man. This is too good. Perfect. Did I hear the thunder? Did I hear you break? I swear, D'Angelo, amazing job, outstanding of, I hate that you can't just eat it. Outstanding job for the song that's in Red Dead Redemption, because that song's so good. And I keep on singing it, so that's how you know it's good. What else is new in life? I haven't played, who knows, maybe one day. I feel like she doesn't play too much, but she seems like a great individual. Her voice is low. I want to see if I could get her to raise her voice. Either, not her voice, but rather her mic levels. Like, oh, hey doll, is it possible that you can raise your mic levels? It is kind of hard to hear you. Because she has such a nice voice. Like, I'm assuming that she underestimates it. You know, she thinks um, that she says she thinks she she said she didn't want to talk because her voice was too much of a male voice, and that still gets me at times. It's like, what? Okay, no, I don't think I want to say that. But I don't know, she's really awesome, and I can't wait to beat her in some like MK versus not MK, not MK versus DC. Um, although beating her in Mortal Kombat would be really cool. They had the I think it's Mortal Kombat 3 machine. Oh, and in that one, that's the one who has Smoke. Smoke's my favorite character, and I'm gonna smoke her in some Mortal Kombat with Smoke. I think that'd be really cool. Something awesome. And then, of course, again, she says she's competitive, so, I mean, what does she have to lose? Other than, I don't know, being competitive. I feel like I'm gonna be a little bit rude. You know, kind of do a little tease to see if I can get her to, like, open up and then be competitive, or, you know, try smashing a lot of buttons and breaking the arcade machine. But yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. And I already know, I feel like Alex is gonna say something like, oh, what's new? And then on there, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. I don't know if she wants to do a video. I mean, if we do a video, of course, I'm gonna be going ahead and talking about, what is that? Is that a dog? No, it's another cat. Ooh. And let's take it. I mean, I could sell it, so why not? I don't know. I'm hoping that. Ooh. And I feel like, I'm gonna apologize now because I feel like that's gonna be the only thing that I'm gonna talk about these couple days, and I'm not focusing too much on a game. Which I did say that we would be playing Hello Neighbor, but I did time things wrong. I assumed I was gonna be having the house to myself, because when I do these videos and when I go live stream with gameplays, I tend to either do them early, where normally there's nobody around to make noise, and then it's just kind of left up to my dogs, and then just hope that nobody stops by and, you know, makes a sound, a little peep. But then when it comes down to something like, oh, it's an event. I was confused why it's flashing. When it comes down to something else, like supposedly, let's go to this one over here. I don't know. If it's just, if people are around, they tend to just, you know, make noises and things like that, and it's very annoying. You know, I get distracted by it, or somebody wants to, you know, do something, and I'm just like, you're in the middle of the video. So, I mean, it'd be cool, you know, if I could set up this. The only issue is that room doesn't at all have a door, because I don't think it's even designed. From what I can tell, it's not designed to be that way. But man, I really wish there was Stu there, because it was cool, fun, and great. But I don't know, I have too many issues. Is that okay to say? I have too many issues. I don't know, I'm so weird. I might go back to that worm boss just in case. Why do I feel like I talked so much about her? That's like, I don't know if I want to, maybe it is a flaw. I was gonna say, it feels like a flaw that I'm constantly just talking about her, but I already know, it's just me as an individual, just like, dude, I'm really feeling it. I like this person too much. Oh, okay, well, But yeah, I still don't even know how to put more words about the whole situation. It's just, I think I already said, you know, just lucky. I don't know how else I can explain it. You know, especially the way that I am. I feel like when you look at me, you're just like, eh. I feel like that's the situation. Wait, this is healing, right? Minor healing. Oh, that's fine. Oh, that's cool. I feel like, you know, you look at me and then you're like, eh, not very my point of view of myself. It's probably bad. Probably shouldn't be thinking like that, but it. Oh, what is that? That looks cool. But it does feel like that. You understand? Like, I would love to be like, you know, a lot of people. I mean, that's what she assumed when we first started talking. She's like, oh, don't a lot of people talk to you? And I'm just like, no. Like, you must be crazy. But no, she's... it was like this. So holding... I really hate this game. Oh. Before I died. That was a good one. And this way. Yeah, I don't know. It's bright. It's... I mean, I guess, I don't know. All this exhaling you hear is because I'm still baffled by it. Still very fact that somebody would find me attractive. It's just really weird. Like, I don't know how else to explain other than, like, it's just really weird. Let's go downward. This is dead end. I'm just breathing. She seems like a very interesting person. I can't wait. I don't know. I want to get a haircut. The way that she wants me to get my haircut seems like it's very, in a way, similar to her, unless it's just, that's how, you know, her preference. But to me, it's just like, this looks a lot like yours. But she wants me to do a trim on the top. Just trim the top of my hair, and that's it. I'm just like, no. Whenever I get my haircut, I don't know. I mean, you guys, I believe I've done a face cam before with it, but if for some reason you have seen that video, what I always do is I get my barber to trim the top about an inch, like about half of my hair, and then on the sides and back, I'm always getting a 0. Which I believe is like the smallest size you can get, other than bald. Isn't that the one I'm wearing? Let's get rid of something like this. Shroud of the Double-Crossed Corsair. Shroud of the Double-Crossed Corsair. Okay, I guess we'll just select for money. Money. I don't know, just baffles me too much. Like, how does someone find me attractive? I'm ugly. I'm one of those people where it's like, I feel like, you know, what do you call it? Well, I can't say it, but the people that we call F-boys, you know, the male version of a thotty. Ooh. I feel like those people, usually we're always like, you know, oh, I hate those kind of people and yada yada. I feel like those people tend to end up, you know, becoming the way that they are because they have a look that a lot of people like, you know, they have an interest to go, ooh, this person looks very attractive. I want to, you know, be in a relationship with this person or something. People are more likely, you know, to just do it based on appearance, and then, you know, I feel like especially with nowadays, a lot of our world is very similar to just like everybody tries to be the same thing. That's basically the only way that I can compare it, is that people are just gonna, you know, they see famous rappers doing it, and that's the music that they listen to, so they're gonna want to do it. And you know, society amongst people have really changed a lot, and that's cool, dog. I mean, technically, we still have our diversity, but I don't know. It's just really weird. But they're more likely just because they're very different. You know, the whole thing about how nice guys finish last is because somebody who, like I said, like an F-boy, isn't always nice. For some reason, it seems, you know, I don't know, more attracted to someone who is a bit more wild, I suppose. You know, somebody who, you know, I feel like party animals maybe, but amongst the smaller people, I don't know. I feel like she would see someone like that, like, and then she would, I don't know. It's just really weird. It's a situation, I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, again, I feel like the whole reason why I'm acting like this and confused why I'm acting like this is just because it just hasn't happened in so long that I really don't know what in the world is going on with myself. Definitely one of the things I could probably say is just... There we go. Can make these brighter. Suppose some of the best thing I could tell myself is, well, everybody just tells me since, you know, just go for it. What can go wrong? You know what I mean? That's what everybody... Why does the game pause when you're in your inventory, but when you're doing the regular pause, it doesn't? Anybody ever think that? I don't know. It's very weird. Anyway, this is really random. I mean, after all, this is random talks with Neo Zabin. I knew this was gonna happen because I was trying earlier and it was going on topic, but then, or not even on topic at all. I feel like I didn't really try too hard. Like I barely said 2 words, and then I'm like, all right, let's get into the randomness. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty happy with myself. But it all still kind of just comes down to the fact that it just happened very, you know, random out of the blue. Is this a drafting table 1? I must have iron bars somewhere. That's gold. Oh boy, do I really not have iron? Like I have titanium. It'd be like that sometimes. I don't have iron. Oh, I'm good. We beat this boss, right? The worm, and then we ended up going to like here. Yeah, this one. Why can't somebody be watching to go ahead and ask questions? To like get my mind off of it. This is something that's been on my mind for a while. Like every morning I'm just like, did she message me? No? Okay, I should message her. How do I message her? How do I keep things spicy? Like, I don't know. I'm very... It's not secured, is it? Don't... I'm really not good with words. I'm gonna go to Alex every day and just be like, teach me a new word. I need a new word, teach me. I swear I have no freaking clue what in the world I'm even saying half the time. But it sounds good, so it's gotta be true, right? I didn't even realize. It's kind of the benefit of it freezing. See? I never fall down. Even though I clearly do. That's kind of weird. Actually don't know how many of these I need. What else? Broadcast zabin. Dang it. See, now I'm realizing it's just because here's the thing. I would love to do videos and stuff like that. I'd end up doing it on Snapchat, but I have a feeling she'd be like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of relationships and things like that where they say no at first, unless, you know, they're really somebody who's comfortable with being on the camera, but I feel like with her, she'd be like, oh, no, 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 stop, and I'm like, hee hee hee, this is a great day of my life. Oh, I do have a question for myself. How many of these do I need? No, it's not this one, it's ingredients. Takes 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh yeah, so we have just enough. You know what would be a good game? The old, like, WWF games, man. Those would be good, I'm trying to remember all the games I played. I was really stuck on those Alien games, and Alien vs. Predator being the side-scroller beat 'em up, mixed with an interest of mine, Alien. Not so much Predator, but I do like watching the movies sometimes. Here. No, 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 no! I didn't want to make that block. What a waste. Oh my god, yes, Neo. Kill myself. No, Neo. You made one mistake. That's okay. Ha ha ha. Okay. Where'd the block go? Was I one of these furnaces? Oh, what? I don't understand. I believe I only needed 4. But I swear, she seems like an amazing person. I feel like I'm gonna try my best to do a Snapchat vlog, and I feel like if I do a Snapchat vlog, it isn't gonna be the best, but at least it'll be something. And I know it's gonna look horrible. We'll try putting it up on broadcast, but I do want to be a bit more active in broadcast, even not just doing a bunch of live streams, but, you know, every once in a while doing something like this, a vlog showing all the new and cool things that we can go ahead and do. I think would, or are doing, I should say. Get rid of these trees here. It's weird, like, it's like I know I shouldn't be acting like this, but yet I am. It's really weird. Any more? Didn't I already just upgrade you? What level does this thing go to? You could still upgrade it? Are you kidding? No way. I think Celestial grows on those, but if they don't, that's fine. We'll find a new spot. Let me see if I wrote under the house. Man, I don't know. It's like it's something I'm happy about. So that's kind of why I'm talking about it. But I feel like since I'm talking about it so much, I ain't focusing on. Ooh, it took more than I wanted. I'm not focusing on things that I would probably should focus on. For example, you know, the whole thing, like, what's going with broadcast even? What's going to be our next videos? How close are we to beating Hello Neighbor? Are there gonna be other games that we go ahead and play? Like, what's gonna be happening? Like, I don't know, like, if that's really the situation with anybody for some reason, I just want you to calm down. Calm the head in. No, not like that, but just, you know, kind of take it easy, you know, going through a thing, you know, and again, I just feel very happy. This is something that, like, I want to share and express, so I'm just like, yeah. This one's too small. You need an emerald tree. Even, there it is, right? No, it's gotten. See, like, I don't... I stand in the hall. There we go. I think right there would be perfect. It'll go whoop. Or at least it should. And then that one right there. I'll figure it out. But all these other ones do connect. So that's kind of the whole idea that these two would connect as well. I'm just thinking, I'm literally at the moment thinking, what games are at the arcade again? Part of me is just even kind of like, oh, I already fully upgraded it. That trolled me. I am breathing. Like, oh, these are pretty cool. Pretty cool things. Should I make large doors? I can make like a cage door. A lot of these, this is what I do like about the game. You kind of keep playing and playing, and then it rewards you with different items, and then those different items you can go ahead and build different, you know, those different items. And it's very interesting. I really like that a lot. So what do we need? We need to find wood. Oh, I need to do that at the workbench. Okay, I put in a lot. Oh, it actually makes a lot. Okay, let me see, 48, so it makes 4. Huh. Rather interesting. And we go to no, I think we still need to be on here. Okay, that's how you do wood blocks, but how do you make it refined? Wait, what? What level is this workbench? No, I'm gonna. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Alright, let me hold on. This is what we do. Yeah, workbench 5. Watch, I'm gonna end up breaking more trees. And not only are they not gonna... It's just... Oh, I already know. I'm feeling inside my gut. Man, oh man, oh man. You know, even right now, she's still on the mind. It's just so... I hate it so much. It's kind of funny. She does have short hair like Alex, although they do their hair, even though they both have it short, they do have it different from what I can tell. I feel like if I meet her in person, they would probably be similar, but where is Alex? The last I seen of Alex, their hair was somewhat similar. So it's kind of funny. My friend pointed it out, though. She was the one, she's like, she looks just like Alex. And I was like, huh? Okay, so Alex just has like a little swisheroo. She has a short hair, but she has it where it's kind of, I don't know, would you say wavy in the front? She can bend it around at least. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of the other girl again, and how do I say? I wish I knew how to just talk. You know, be a regular human being. But I don't know how I feel about my life. Anyway, I think we should, what the heck? Okay. I was gonna say, I think we should kind of, go ahead and maybe start wrapping things up. So, of course, I'm, like, she's still, I hate it, and I'm admitting it a lot, that, like, she's on my mind, she's on my mind. It's because it's, like, it's hard to get her out of my mind. Like, and I don't want this to be a thing where it's like, oh, so cute. I mean, it's just like, this is a struggle. Of course, before we go, we gotta do the usual fighting the worm boss to see if we can go ahead and get the worm boss's piece of armor for the, what's it called? The rabbit armor. I'm still trying to get that trophy, as it's probably one of the harder ones, aside from doing something in all the items or whatnot. But man, like, I'm kind of realizing I feel like everything that I said here, I basically said in the other videos that I've done. But actually, I just realized, why don't we just use the sword now? Oh, I sold it. I was gonna say, why don't I use the gun? What did I say? So this is 250. Okay, like, shots were going over for some reason. But again, really cool. Imagine if Fortnite had an arcade game. That'd be pretty cool. I did that. If the game should try doing something like that. See how that goes when it sells. What's it called? 780. Is this really that weak? Or is it because it's kind of the same? Yeah, I should have just stuck with the crossbow. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm thinking the arcade idea is probably one of the best things I have, because if she herself is a, you know, kind of a gamer person, of course, she's mainly just been playing Fortnite, from what I can tell. She's really good. I don't know if I want to say she convinced me, but rather she does have me playing, is that it, please? I bet it's not. Of course not. She does have me playing Fortnite on the Builder Pro mode, because apparently that's going to make me a better builder, or a better player in general, and I feel like it, although I do keep trying. My situation is a bit more of, playing just to try my best and win. Like, I'm more of the, like how the, you know, how the controls say, I'm more the combat pro. I'll play that poison lava and, yeah, let's do it. I'm more the combat pro, I'm not really the, not really the builder. At most, I'm building walls around me, and even when I have Builder Pro on, most likely people are just seeing me build around myself, and or not even properly. Like, they could just come up from the top or something, and it's really dumb, but it's very true. Like, I don't know how to be a good builder and things like that. Like, everybody knows how to. Myself, no. Oof. Okay, I think the plan for now is to get this event done and then just move on to the boss one last time. I'm still trying to think. I think they might have had a Sonic arcade. If they did, I'm not 100% sure, but if they do, you're gonna bet your bottom I'm gonna be playing that bad boy. Because I really do like the Sonic games. I've played the old ones, and they do have them remastered if you get the classic I think Sega was the only. I think most Sega. No, I mean technically Sega wasn't the only one. Or no, I think Sega was. I guess you could count Namco as well. But a lot of companies, I feel like, did it before Nintendo. But since Nintendo is the one company that has all the sort of the iconic games and names, they're the ones who I feel like, of course, would have succeeded when they unleashed their whole console thing for, what was it, like 60, 70 bucks? And I was like, you know, that's cool. It's the price of one game to get the whole collection of a bunch of old games. What do you drop? Oh. Again, something that's really cool, but from what I can tell, Sega kind of did it first. Because Sega does when Nintendo. Oop. I mean, yeah, I guess technically you could say Sega's really not part anymore. I mean, if anything, Sega's practically just teamed up with, what's it called? Nintendo, because they really don't have, I haven't really seen any other, I don't know, Sega originals, I suppose. I mean, I believe Sega does the Alien franchise, though. They still have, I'm assuming they have, I don't know if they have rights to it or something, but they're the only ones that I can tell that keep on whenever there's a new, you know, the Xenomorph Ridley Scott's Alien. Every time there's a new one of those games, somehow Sega's always associated with it. So I feel like there's got to be some rights to it that Sega has. I wonder if it has something connected with the arcades by any chance. But man, oh man, I'm just picturing it in my head. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. You guys are probably just like, we want to maybe see this guy talk about something good, and I'm over here talking about the same girl over and over, and it's really annoying. I know Alex is gonna go ahead and ask like, oh, what's new? What's going on? I haven't heard from you. I feel like it may mostly be jokes, but if it does seem like a much more, I guess, serious moment, I suppose. I don't know if that's the word I would use. We'd end up, you know, talking about it. I mean, I really don't have an issue with talking about it. I feel like she'd want to look at pictures and things like that. Which, you know, I guess is fine and all, but do I wanna? I'm gonna have to start putting some stuff in strength, but I want my thing to be maxed out. I don't know how I want to deal with this. Okay. My face is itchy, and that's the worst part, because I have a an oil on my face. So supposedly it helps out with hair growth. I doubt that it does, but you know, I feel that some helps better than none. I'm gonna trash that one. But yeah, crazy. Something tells me I'm not gonna be uploading this video. And I think I won't. I've been spending a lot of this time just watching. It's 5. If I add 8, that becomes 12? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh, I was close. It's 1. Oh, in terms of time. 13 being, you know, I use the 24-hour clock. So, 13 would be, of course, 1 p.m. Huh. I forgot why I'm here. I'm losing my mind. Why? Because it's not on the game, it's on something else. And we've already talked to you guys. so that makes it annoying. I mean, she's not annoying, don't get me wrong, but like trying to get through and kind of, I guess, somewhat talk about it. I was hoping by talking about it, you know, I guess overcome it, like, like, you know, just not be like how I am right now, struggling to talk and bring up other topics, but it'd be like that. Ooh. Oh, I doubt it. I was gonna say, maybe we have everything strong enough that we can just kill it right here. But it's gonna get up before I do. There it is. Yeah. One last time. I don't know if we're gonna be talking about the rest of this stuff, but I have a feeling that I'm gonna Please give us the piece that I need. Is that the ring again? And of course it is. I don't care what lies ahead. Well, that's gonna be all. I think for some reason I'm not gonna get into it. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you did watch, I couldn't get over topics, but I think that might, you know, do stuff later. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, and stay healthy.